These are top 12 absolutely dreadful movies in me and most people I talk to's opinion. Let's start off with Elektra. This movie is boring. I can't. I've never been able to watch it all the way through once. I have tried dozens, and I mean dozens of times. I used to own this movie. I don't anymore. It got stolen, but um, yeah. I'm not gonna say I miss it. This movie was a piece of shit. If I can't get through a Marvel movie, and I am a huge, huge Marvel fan, you know your movie is a complete snooze fest. And this is a sequel to one of my. It's a dumb one, but it's fun. It's really, really energetic. And this is the polar opposite. This is just boring and abysmal. And way too much explanation. Just have her attack something already. Next one. Yeah, me and my friend had a huge conversation. This isn't the worst, but this is the middle ground, and I wanted to say at least this one has some positive notes. Yoda blowing up shit, pretty good. So, what's the only thing that came to our minds? Um, rest of it was kind of crap. Everything was like all the scenes were drawn out way too long, and the retcons were just dumb. Um, not not a good movie, but at least it had one scene that made it worth seeing in theaters. When I saw it, I walked out going, at least Yoda exploded some shit. You know, other than that, crap. This one, complete crap. I have talked about this one many, many a time, and I will never let this one go because Fox, this is a piece of shit. This had the potential to be really, really damn good, and I've heard the director talk about it and what he wanted to do. Amazing! It sounds just like the books, but they didn't want to give him the fucking budget, and they tried reshuffling shit, and you can clearly see it because it's chopped to hell. There's 5 minutes of action. The rest of it is people in dark, dark rooms talking. It's been chopped to shit, and its pacing is sloggingly abysmal. I didn't fall asleep, but God, I wanted to. This was hard to get through. Once again, I'm a huge Marvel fan. This is complete dog shit. This one might ruffle some feathers. Drop Dead Fred. I found this movie extremely mean spirited. I didn't like any of the main characters. However, however, I do think if this idea was redone with a different director, different actors, and in a modern time, it could work. The idea is a very, very fun idea. Its execution was bad, and writing was really, really mean spirited. And it wasn't quite funny mean. It didn't have. I don't know how to put it, but it just. I didn't like it. It wasn't a fun movie to watch. It felt dreadful. Seed of Chucky. Now, in recent years, now I will admit I do have some slight fun with this one. When I first saw it, I hated the living hell out of this thing. In recent years, I've softened up on it. There are a lot of movies that I've reviewed through Letterboxd that really don't reflect now, but I don't try to change the ratings because I want it to reflect right when I saw the movie. Um, which with franchises is a little, a little more difficult to want to keep that, but it should because a movie should stand on its own unless it's already advertised as being a piece of something. Marvel movies get a slight setback. Same with DC doesn't anymore because their universe is crumbling. Anywho, ramble done with on there. But Seed of Chucky, because of where the characters went in the Chucky TV series, I do appreciate it for bringing us those characters because that was absolutely interesting. I loved that. I was curious where they were, what was going to happen with the characters when they showed up. Amazing actors they chose. Great job. Loved the series. Loved what they did with the characters, but this movie, its tone feels jagged to hell. It's got too much trying to be funny. It's got too much trying to be raunchy. It's got too much trying to be self-aware. The series has a bit of that, but the series by that point, Don Mancini was able to balance everything out. This one feels like they're just now trying something new. They started in the last one, but they're trying going a little further, seeing what the bounds are, and they failed. They failed miserably, which is why it took so long to get another Chucky movie. Yeah, but in the end, we got new characters, and they were really nice. And see the Chucky, it's got a little bit of a place. It's not the best one. I watched this one more than the first though. The first, I don't like the camera angles. I'm not gonna put that on here because it's a masterpiece. It's hard to watch more than once, especially if you start with the newer movies, and you want to see Chucky have his one-liners and everything. Child's Play 2 and onwards about where you want that. Anywho, next movie. American Pie, Girls Rules. Yes, this one. Oh my god, I love the American Pie franchise and all of its spin-offs. There are a few that feel really, really just bad. But for the most part, you can discount most of the spin-offs. This one was trying to be a reboot, and this was trying to target the female demographic, which isn't the right one. It's been way too long targeted at a male demographic, and it wasn't promoted. This movie just was not promoted. Yeah, the promotion wasn't like the campaigns weren't there, and because of this, it felt like it was just trying to jagged and go into a girls' market when the marketing didn't show that. I mean, it's got girls' rules on the front, but you'd think it's about the guy in the center, because that's what the American Pie movies usually are. No, no, it's not. It's about the girls, and this killed the franchise as far as I'm aware. This movie was abysmal. Like, it wasn't for me. It wasn't meant for me. It wasn't meant for the guys. It was meant for the girls. But American Pie was usually meant for the guys. So yeah, bad marketing killed this one. Otherwise, I would have said it's nice step. Marketing was there. It just failed. But as is, it's bad because there was no marketing showcasing which demographic it was for, and so I was misled going in. It was crap. It was not fun because it wasn't for me. Ace Ventura: Pet Detective Jr. This one is horrid. This is a Cartoon Network original spin-off, which the stylization in some scenes is there. Problem being, it changed to an Ace Ventura movie halfway into production. This wasn't supposed to be an Ace Ventura movie. If it wasn't with the Ace Ventura brand, this movie would be fine and serviceable. Child Pet Detective or Child Pet Finder. Dumb titles, but it's hard to come up with a title for this because I don't remember what the original was before it changed to an Ace Ventura movie. Yeah, it could have been good. This is a very good, the actor is an amazing actor, but he's trying to be a young Jim Carrey, and that's not what he is. He is amazing in License to Wed. He's absolutely stellar. Great child actor. One of the funniest I've seen. But this is not his cup of tea because he's trying to be something he's not. This whole movie's trying to be something that really shouldn't be. It should have just been its own little thing on Cartoon Network, but they wanted the name brand. Yeah. Didn't work out very well, and this movie kind of flubs because it's kind of fudging to be an Ace Ventura movie in general. The Machine. This one, the best scenes you see in the trailer. That's my problem with this one. The best scenes you see in the trailer. The rest of it was meh. The jokes were meh. If you really like this comedian, you very well might like this movie. But all of the stuff he said in his stand-up, and most of the stuff is just him saying it. The flashback scenes are kind of cool, and it's got decent enough story, but it wasn't belly laugh funny like I thought it was gonna be. It just wasn't funny enough. I walked out disappointed because I was like, I thought Mark Hamill was gonna be fucking hilarious with this guy. This guy's got great stand-up. The storyline was amazing. The action was amazing. But this was a comedy first. And if you don't get the comedy right, I'm gonna be disappointed. Monster Hunter. It doesn't get to the main stuff that you see in the games till like halfway through the movie. And it's got the same actress as from the Resident Evil films because it's the same goddamn guy who always is making these things for tax write-offs. It's just horrid. I love the games. I love the characters in the games. I wanted to see them. They're on screen for maybe 30 minutes. This is not what I was told. Half of it's them wandering through a jungle looking for stuff. It's boring. Get to the part we want to see. Get to the game. This one didn't have faith in source material, and it flubbed. This was a piece of shit, and I was sad to be excited for this. The 355. This is trying to be Charlie's Angels mixed with 007 and trying to pander in every way possible. This was just horrid to watch. Every single male in this is just about as bad in the Charlie's Angels reboot. But it's worse because it's trying to be two things and it's clogging everything up and failing at them all. The camera angles and the action were abysmal. This is just a shit movie. I'm glad it failed. But had to mention it because it's just fucking horrible. Junior, this should be a comedy. This is not a comedy. It is labeled as a comedy, but it is not a comedy. It's a drama. They take everything seriously. That is its problem. It could be fucking hilarious. It's got Danny DeVito. He's boring. It's got Arnold Schwarzenegger. He's a painful ass throughout the whole movie because they treat it like a real pregnancy. So he's constantly moaning and groaning about how much everything is a pain. It's like, this isn't funny. This is realistic. And it gets weird when it's realistic. I mean, this is just bad. And our final one, The Room. I had to mention this one. I love this movie, but this is not a fucking drama. I'm sorry, this is a shitty ass drama. He changed his mind. I'm sorry, Tommy, but this is not a drama. This is a comedy. It was meant to be a drama. You said it was a comedy after, and whatever. You're making a killing with it. Fine. Products, like, this is fun as fuck to watch with your friends, but it's not a good movie. It's a fun movie, but it's not good. I just had to end on this one just to give some levity because the rest of those are just abysmal, and I wanted to include it as just the one predictable one. The other one that I thought about including was Batman vs. Superman, but that one's a little divisive as there are parts of it I still really like. It's not an abysmal movie. It's just abysmal for a universe. And it's like trying to do way too much, but there's parts of it that are so good that I don't want to include it. Especially the extended cut. So, yeah. The Room. Okay.